reclined angle. So you'll need some stuff to help you get ready for this. With reclined bound angle, clearly we lie down, we're lying on our back, and the feet will be together and the knees will be open wide. You'll make a diamond shape out of your legs. And a lot of us like to prop up the knees with something. So I'm going to show you a couple of options. I'm going to use today, instead of a strap, I'm going to use a blanket. So I'll show you how to make this blanket work for you. You're going to want to open it all the way up so it's long. Then you'll make a roll on the long edge. So you end up with a really long roll of your blanket, a big long snake. Doesn't have to be super tight, but a narrow roll is what we want, long and narrow, okay? So if you don't have two blankets, you could use a strap instead of a blanket. Then we're gonna lie down onto something behind us. And some of us like to be propped up a little bit, so you can decide. I'm going to show you some options here. I have some blocks. You could also use a couple pillows. So I have this long pillow. I have a block. Block might be a little too much, so I'm going to try an extra blanket under where my head would go. Then I'm going to put the pillow longwise, okay? So I take my blanket, first I put my feet together, I put the blanket over top of my feet. Then I'm gonna lie back onto my pillow blanket setup back here, and I'm gonna pull the edges of the blanket up beside me and drop my knees open to the side. So this blanket can help prop up my knees a little bit. So you could also use some blocks to lift up the sides of your knees. If you had a strap, you would make a loop out of your strap. You need an extra long 8-foot strap most likely. I don't know about you, but I don't know many folks who have an 8-foot strap at their house. So all the straps I have at home are 6 feet long, and they're just not big enough to go all the way around. Because what you need to do with the loop of your strap, it goes around your waist, then it goes around your feet, and it might be all right to sit up, but then you'll have to lean all the way back. And rest here. So, once you get all this figured out for your body, if it doesn't feel right, stop doing it. Pick a different shape to rest in today. Constructive rest would be the opposite shape of your legs. Knees would be closer together, and your feet would be further apart. Take some deep breaths. Big sigh out your mouth. Let me know how you're feeling this morning as well. I think our weather around here today is a good mirror of how I've been feeling recently. We had some sunshine this morning. Now we have some clouds. It's going to rain later. But in between, it's going to stop raining and have some sunshine and then go back. So a little up, a little down, a little up again, a little down again. So notice how your body is feeling here this morning. Take time to acknowledge If you have been a little sad, remind yourself that's okay. Plenty of people sad right now. However, coming back up and being happy again, very important. It's hard to make yourself happy though, isn't it? So much goodness in the world. You can try one of my favorite visualizations. If you struggle with happiness, bring to mind a time when you felt very happy and spend some time in those memories, really investigating who was with you, where were you, what were you doing, what kind of sounds and smells and tastes did you find, what could you touch with your hands. And now as we come into our physical body in this practice for today, we're going to play a little bit with that concept of rolling up and down with our energies. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth for a big sigh. Once again, full breath in. Open your mouth, big sigh. Blink your eyes open. Slide your hands into the outsides of your knees. Bring your knees up to touch each other. Widen your feet toward the edges of your mat. Now, if you are resting with your torso lifted up on something, take a moment to roll to your side and move away those things that you've been resting on. Move away your pillows and your blankets, and come again to your back so that you are flat on your back. Inhale here. Exhaling, bring your knees to your chest. Slide your hands behind your knees and squeeze your knees in nice and tightly into your body. Get rid of all your breath. Inhale, make space again between your knees and your shoulders. Exhale, squeeze one more time. Pull in. This time maybe tuck your chin and lift up your head and shoulders away from the floor. And again, inhale, make space, moving your knees away from your body. Drop your knees over to one side and gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. I like to sit on a blanket. I'm going to get my blanket again. Find a comfortable place to be. Maybe your shins crossed. Maybe your feet are out in front to the floor. Inhale, lift tall through your spine. Exhale, release your chin. Begin to circle torso around your legs. Moving slowly. Make the action happen from your abdominal muscles. Smooth breath. Inhaling for half a circle, exhaling for half a circle. Reverse direction. One more. And back to center. Take your fingertips out wide beside you. Rotate the palms forward so the palms are open and facing front. Fingertips just barely touching the floor beside you. Lift tall in your spine. Breathing out, exhale, tip your left ear toward your left shoulder. Pause here. Keep those arms dynamically reaching down toward the floor. Relax through your hip flexors. Smooth breath. Inhale, arms reach up, gaze toward the sky. Exhale, release arms down again. Tip your right ear toward your right shoulder. Long in your spine. Deep breath. Slow breath. Now we'll add some speed. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, left arm drops, tip left. Windmill to the other side. Inhale up, exhale over. Inhale up, exhale over. So we're going to toggle today back and forth between slow holding and moving with the breath. Coming up with movement and slowing down with holding. Rotate your gaze. When you tip over, look at the hand up at the sky. Exhale, tip and look high. Inhale through center. All right, holding over here on your right side. Rotate your gaze to look down toward your right hip, your right palm. Make a fist out of your left hand. Squeeze it and roll it in a circle. Inhale, press that palm up. Exhale, bend your elbow, hand goes behind the head. Twist your ribs toward the sky. Pull your elbow back. Pull back on the left shoulder. Open your heart. Release, both arms come up, sit tall. Exhale, turn a little toward your left knee. Fingers drop to frame your left knee. Fold over your left knee. Try to lift your left lower ribs up and pull them over. It might also involve some of your left lower belly. Pull it up and get it out of the way. Reach your sternum in the direction that your knee is pointing. Pull your tailbone in the opposite direction. Breathe smooth and deep. Inhale, lift from your head, walk up. And exhale. Let's release the legs for a moment. Extend them out the front and give a little shake to them, releasing through the knees, the ankles, and the toes. Rotating ankles in circles. Sit tall for a moment, Dandasana. Legs are fired up. Tighten your thighs. Press your heels to the floor. Lift your toes to the ceiling and maybe toward your head. Fingertips to the floor beside you. Smooth breath. No active movement here. Just active muscle contraction. And release. Okay. Cross your shins. Once again, put the opposite shin in the front. If you were sitting cross-legged before, do the same. If you weren't, do what you were doing before. Okay, here we go. Arms out to the side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, tip sideways. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over, looking at the sky. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. This time we hold. Exhale to the left. Now, look down toward your left hip, the floor between your hip and your hand, perhaps. and the right side waist. Now we'll bend the right elbow, hand goes behind your head, rotate your chest upward toward the sky, pulling back on your right elbow, your right shoulder. Breathe. Open heart. Inhale, both arms lift you up. Rotate a little bit towards your right knee. Drop your fingers to frame your knee. Exhale, lean forward in the direction that your knee is pointing. Tailbone pulls opposite of your head. Engage lower belly. Again, you might need to lift up some of your abdominals and scooch them out of the way behind you. Get settled in. Drag your hips back. Maybe a little extra on your right hip side. Inhale, lift from your head. Walk yourself back nice and tall. And release. Palms will come to the kneecaps this time. Cat and cow in the center, rounding backward. Inhale, curving the spines forward. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, and head toward the back. Exhale, round. Hips, fingers, head to the front. Inhale, everything pulls back, heart open. Exhale, round. One more, inhale, lift open. Exhale, round. All right. Please remove your cushion if you're sitting on something. We're going to come next into boat pose. So with boat pose, we'll start out with our feet to the floor, knees bent in front of us. Lean back enough that your arms could catch underneath or in front of your knees. Even so, broaden your shoulders. Really bring the sternum up and pull the heads of the arm bones back. Lean back. Roll into that place between your sitting bones and your tailbone. Find a comfortable place to settle, and when you're ready, maybe your feet hover off the ground. Maybe your feet lift as high as your knees. Maybe your legs go straight. Feel free to let go your arms or hold on. Holding steady here. Feet can touch the floor as much as you want. One more breath. Exhale, release. Feet come down. Now we're going to make this active and move in and out of our boat pose. All right? So your inhale is into boat pose. Exhale, round your body. Toes can touch the floor, or your whole foot can touch the floor, or you can hover. Inhale, extend into boat pose. Exhale, hover, squeeze. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round, squeeze. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. One more time, extend and round. Okay, feet together, knees open to butterfly shape. Allow yourself space, maybe removing some of your seat cushioning out the back. Tip forward from your sternum. Continue with your shoulders, heads of your arm bones toward the back. Inhale, rise from your head. Exhale, release. Okay, next we're going to take a sideways seat. So if I'm using this burgundy mat, I'll extend my right leg to the front and my left leg is going to bend, and I'll tuck my foot right into my inner thigh. Okay, so I'm going to turn sideways so you can see the whole shape. Okay, so I've got one straight leg, my left one, and I've got my other leg bent. So whichever, you decide where you're going, okay? So we're going to turn the sternum toward the bent knee, extend the straight arm to match the straight leg on that side. Inhale your opposite arm to the ceiling. Exhale, slide over toward your foot. Keep your heart open. So your left fingertips can remain to the floor for support, or you could take palm facing up, back of the hand toward the floor. Drop into your right sitting bone as best you can. Inhale, rise up. Exhale that upper hand to the floor. Okay, so let's decide what side we're on. So I've got my left leg extended and my right leg bent. Okay, so right hand to the floor. We're going to go back and forth into a little flow now. Inhale your left arm to the sky. Exhale, lean left. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lean right. So we're going into a windmill. We did this sitting up before. Now we've got a straight leg. Exhale, tipping over. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, tip over. Inhale, sit tall. Last set. Exhale, sideways. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sideways. Over to the other side. All right. Now let's pause in the middle. You're going to take your right hand to the floor outside of your left knee. I'm sorry, that's a right knee. Right hand, right knee. Left hand in the sky. Inhale, let's slide in and lift up onto your right knee. Open your heart, tipping out a little toward the back perhaps. And release, coming down. Okay, trade legs. Opposite leg is going straight. Opposite leg is going to bend. All right, so here we are. Got my left knee bent and the foot tucked right up with me. Opposite leg is straight. Now we want to keep this straight leg. The thigh is going to fire up. Really squeeze here. Push your foot down at the end and put your toes up or towards your head. If your knee doesn't feel comfortable, you might feel a little more stable if you lift this knee up and maybe move your foot away from your body a little bit. So we want to be tall in the spine. Okay, so wherever's comfortable for you, give yourself some time to adjust. Rotate your shoulders toward your bent knee side. Extend your arm to match your straight leg. Okay, so my right arm and leg are extended out to the side. Left arm to the ceiling, breathe in. Breathe out, lean right as you slide over. Pause here and breathe. Again, depending on how far you're leaning, maybe your right fingertips come to the floor for support. If you have more depth and you can actually drop a little deeper, you'll want to take palm face up and drop the back of your hand or your entire forearm to the floor. Chest rotates open. Okay, let's come back up. Inhale, reach up. Drop your right hand. Exhale, lean the other way. Tip over. Inhale, tall. Windmill over to the right again. Exhale, tip. Inhale, up. Exhale, over. So even though the arms are moving, we really want to do the tipping with our side waist, our oblique muscles. Okay, all done with this, we're going to come up onto that hand. So drop your left hand to the floor. It's going to be out extended away from your body. We'll bring our weight up onto this left knee. The right leg will slide in closer to us. So here we go. Slide up onto that knee. Reach your arm up toward the sky. Maybe tip over a little bit toward the back. Arching your heart toward the sky. Opening up the whole front of your body here. Release, exhale, come back down, and return to center, feet to the floor. Then we'll come into staff pose. One more time, Dandasana. Extend your legs straight out the front. Tighten your thighs, heels push, toes lift. Fingertips beside your hips, elbows toward the back. Lift out of the ground as best you can. Notice that pressing down so that you can rise up. Can you press any more into your feet and your hips to lift you a little taller? All right, now we're going to do with our arms what we're doing with our legs if your shoulders will let you do that. press your hands up toward the ceiling. Flex the heels of your hands, push them up into the sky, and try to make yourself really long. So I know that's not going to work for everyone's shoulders. You might hit your bumper, your curb a little shorter, so drop your elbow bent if that's where it works for you. Press into the sky as best you can. One more breath. Exhale, release everything, lean back a bit, and shake out your legs. So we're going to take forward fold with a little locomotive rotation. So this reminds me of the choo-choo train, how the wheels kind of go around like that. So what we're going to do is take Dandasana and forward fold. Okay. The arms option to reach all the way to the sky, or as much as they'll go for you. As you exhale, you'll lean toward your feet, bend your elbows as you start to inhale and come back through staff pose. All right? Try to keep your thighs strong the whole time. Please try to press down your heels and lift up your toes. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, lean and reach. As you inhale, bend your elbows and come right back up. Exhale, lean and reach. So, mindful here. Strong thighs. Press your heels. Use your navel to help you rise. And roll. One more, please. Here we go. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Hold here. When you've leaned forward as far as you can go with a long spine, drop your fingers to the floor beside your feet, but keep your shoulders pulled back. Heart comes forward. What happened to your thighs? Did you let go? Keep them strong. Keep pushing your feet and lifting your toes. We're not going to bounce. We're not going to pull with our arms, just the weight of the torso forward over your legs. Well done. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lean back onto your hands. We'll take fingertips pointed to the side of us. If you would rather, you could rotate them so your fingertips point to the front edge of your mat. That requires a lot out of your shoulder area, the front of the deltoid, so if you have any history there, don't do that. Turn your fingers sideways instead. Press your fingertips into the floor. Press the underside of each knuckle into the floor. Rotate your heart open. Lift your sternum up toward the sky. Put a little pressure into the heels of your feet. Now squeeze your bum and lift your hips up. Keep squeezing your bum. Keep pressing down your hands. Lift your sternum. Release, lower down. Okay. Let's come around to hands and knees, coming into a nice tabletop. Make whatever adjustments you need for your tabletop to be comfortable. Maybe an extra layer of padding under your knees or your wrists. Once you get here, we'll take a static extension of tabletop balance. Extend your right leg out the back. Extend your opposite arm out the front. Lift up and hold. Please remember the hand that's on the floor. The underside of each knuckle is pressing down. That's going to help you lift away from the ground. Changing sides. Here we go. Extend through your left leg and opposite arm. Lift up and hold. Keep the lower belly lifted up and the heel and back. If you were to look out behind you, hopefully you will see that your heel is just about as high as your hip, but not higher than. And release it down. Okay, can we try movement now? Extend right leg and opposite arm. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Lift. Lower. One more. Left leg, opposite arm. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Really squeeze your tush on that left side to bring your foot up. Keep the low belly lifted. All done. Going back to the first side. Right leg, left arm. We're going to start lifted on the inhale. Then we'll squeeze together. Round your back. Bring your knee, elbow, and chin all the way in. Inhale, extend. Exhale together. Inhale, extend. Exhale together. Inhale, extend. One more. Squeeze it in the middle. Inhale, reach. Release to change sides. Last set like this. As you inhale, lift and extend. As you exhale, squeeze to the middle. Inhale, extend. Exhale to the middle. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. Round, round, round. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull. All done. Release. Hands and knees. Child's pose. Make space between your knees. Sit to your feet. Extended child. Arms reach out the front. Forehead drops down. Options here. You might remember if your feet don't feel comfortable, if your knees don't feel comfortable in child's pose, you could sit on a blanket between your feet and your bum. If your head does not come all the way to the floor, you could stack your fists under your head or grab your blanket and place your blanket underneath your head or pillow. Bring the floor higher, closer to your body. Inhale, rise up, tabletop. Once again, this time we'll take lunge, right foot forward. Maybe a block for your left hand. Right hand to your knee. We're lunging forward of the back knee. Back foot is untucked, so the top of your back foot is on the floor. If you're comfortable rising all the way up in your torso, go ahead and try that. Lift your sternum, but press the tailbone forward. Push your foot down in the back. Inhale, perhaps. Lift one or both arms. If you don't feel comfortable on your knee on the ground, please stand up and try Warrior One, placing the sole of your back foot to the floor and lifting your heart. Okay, options for your body. Maybe it's fine being on your knee, but you want a little more action. Go ahead and stand up. That's your choice. We're going to inhale with the arms up and exhale, cactus the elbows open as we lift the heart and tip just a tiny bit to the back. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. One more lift. Exhale, cactus. Release. So we'll bring the right hand to your knee and the left hand to a block, some books, or the floor. Rotate your ribs left. Take care the knee remains tracking over your ankle. Option to reach right arm toward the sky. Option, tuck your left toes, extend your left leg, straight leg lunge, rotation. Exhale, untwist, forward fold. Everybody, both feet to the front. Keep your knees bent enough to allow your ribs to rest on your thighs. Drape forward. Let your head hang down. Maybe rotate your head your knees. Tailbone opposite your head. Nice long extension. We'll press to standing all the way up. Push your feet, lift your head. Arms reach out and up overhead. Palms touch, come down to heart. Drop your hands down. Inhale, arms lift up. Palms touch, come down to your heart. Tuck your chin, round your back, bend your knees, roll all the way down again to forward fold. Bend your knees deeply. Step your left foot back this time, coming into a low lunge. Hips are forward of your back knee. Back foot is on the floor. Maybe you have a block for your hand, or maybe you lift all the way up in your torso. Smooth breath. Tailbone pressing forward, feet pressing down. If your arms are lifting, go ahead. Remember, Warrior One is a nice option here. Hands remaining on hips, also nice option here. One hand to a block, one hand to your hip. If your arms are moving, exhale, bend your elbows, heart comes forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend your elbows, heart forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Release, left hand to your knee, right hand to the floor or a block or some books. Turn your chest to the left, rotating your spine. Option to lift left arm to the sky. Option, tuck your back toes, straighten your back leg. Press down to the floor wherever you are. And as you press down, add some lift with the fingers that are up in the sky. Exhale, untwist. Forward fold. Bring your back leg to the front. Drop in, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to your shins or your kneecaps. Extend your legs. Extend your torso. Long, flat back. Bend your elbows. Pull them up toward the ceiling beside you. And maybe extend your arms straight out the back. Strong legs. Press the floor. Hinging, come to standing up. Arms reach forward and up overhead. Exhale, take a hold of your left wrist, tip right. Inhale, stand, change hands. Exhale, other side. Inhale, lift. Palms touch, come to your heart. Release your arms down by your sides. Rotate palms facing forward. Feel that opening across the front of your chest. Press your legs strongly to the floor. Push down. All four corners of both feet. Lift through the top of your head. Feel strong and powerful here. Shift your weight to your right foot. Release the left foot forward. Strong, straight legs. Not really doing anything but kicking forward. Push from your heel. Tighten your thigh. Lift your toes. Now we're going to add movement. Inhale, straight leg. Exhale, bend your knee, cross your ankle over your other ankle. Reverse. Inhale, straight leg. Back and forth like this. Cross one ankle over the other. Straight out the front. Back and forth. Exhale, cross. Inhale, extend. As you cross your ankles, think figure four. Knee opens to the side. your heart facing forward. If your shoulders don't work to let your arms over your head, no worries. Put your hands on your hips instead. Tip sideways. Inhale, rise. Changing hands. Shift over to the other side. Maybe your arms are overhead. Maybe your hands are behind your head or at your shoulders or your hips. Regardless what your arms are doing, shoulders face forward, tip sideways. Inhale, lift. Okay, let's try that again. Release your arms below your shoulders. Rotate palms face forward. Get strong here. Press all four corners of both feet. Now shift your weight to your left foot. Release your right leg. Kick it straight forward. So you don't have to go high. You could have your leg down pretty low at an angle. Completely up to you. Breathe here. Strong thigh. Push with your heel. Lift your toes and pull them toward your face. Now we add movement. As you exhale, bend your knee, open it to the side as you cross one ankle over the other. Inhale, kick forward. Exhale, cross over. Keep your heart open. Find somewhere on the horizon where you can gaze. Strong quad when you kick forward. Pull from the back of the hip when you come to figure four. One more, kick forward. Cross at the ankle. Kick forward to release. Inhale, arms lift all the way. This time forward fold. Swan dive all the way down. Heart lifts. Inhale, halfway up. Forward fold again. Come down with your exhale. Inhale, bend your knees. Lift from your heart all the way up. Hands return to your heart. Okay. We'll take one standing posture today, and then we're going to spend some time on the floor. So triangle, please. Open your feet nice and wide apart. Start with them parallel to get your distance set up. So some people like to put their distance as wide as the palms of their hands. Okay, that might be too wide apart for you. You decide. We're going to start using the left leg. So rotate your left leg so your toes point to the short side of your mat. Arms are open wide. Legs stay straight and strong. Squeeze your feet together like you want to pull them up to touch each other, like they have magnets between them. Inhale, reach your left arm forward as your hips go back toward the back edge of your mat, the short edge. Drop into triangle here. Right arm lifts, left arm drops. Heart stays open. Don't let this top shoulder overtake the bottom shoulder. Keep yourself nice and long here. One more breath. Release, come back up. Exhale, bend your knees to straighten, parallel your feet. Try the other side. Rotate your right leg toward the short edge of your mat. Arms open wide. Inhale, reach right. Exhale, slide down to triangle. Drop your right arm. Lift your left arm. Keep your heart open toward the long side of your mat. Don't let your left shoulder overtake the right shoulder. One more. Inhale, rise up. Parallel your feet again. Okay, this time we're going to take the wave. As I referenced in the beginning of our practice today, some of you might be riding this wave of emotions right now. So we're going to take my yoga teacher, mentor, Shiva Ray. So she has a wave practice that she incorporates. So we're going to bring the palms to touch together like we're in prayer, Anjali Mudra. And you can leave your feet a little far apart, maybe not as far as a full-on triangle. And you can angle both of your feet up slightly out, toes pointed slightly out to the side. And our weight is going to rock back and forth onto one foot and onto the other foot. Now the arms are going to draw a figure eight, an infinity symbol, And you can make this as big as you want, but bring your breath to incorporate. Ride the wave as you come down and up. Perhaps challenge your balance by taking your gaze to your hands and watch the center of your palm. Press your feet, engage your core, ride the wave. Life is full of ups and downs, but we need the downs to remind us of the ups. Sometimes it seems really dark. We can't seem to find the light. Sometimes we ask, why is there so much darkness? The absence of the light can be a necessary part of our life. Finish up, and we'll come back to stand in the center. Bring your feet parallel each other, palms touch together, press your thumbs into the center of your sternum. Drop your tailbone. Zip up your lower abdominals, buckle your lower ribs into each other. Find strength. Now bring that strength from inside your heart, transfer it into your hands. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms backward, press the palms forward, tuck your chin to your chest, slightly bend your knees, round your back. Inhale, reverse, palms come towards your chest, and as you inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, bend your knees, round your back, palms press forward, chin to chest. Inhale, hands toward your body, maybe your chin, straighten your legs, lift up. Again, exhale, bend knees, round your back, press forward. Inhale, knees come in, lift your heart up. Last one, round back, look inward. You have the answers inside. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Press your palms out beside you. You are a force. You are love. You are light. Bring your palms back together. Feet can heel toe to each other. Shake out your arms and legs. Get ready to come back down to the ground. This time we're going to start wrapping up our practice. We're going to spend some time rolling around on the floor in some supportive structures. So if you want to put on an extra layer, go ahead and put your shirt and your socks on. Bring your blankets nearby and your pillows because we're going to use them to help us stay comfortable. Okay, I'm going to fold my blanket up into a nice rectangle. Actually, let's make a trifold instead. So I've got a big rectangle here, looks like this. And I'm going to fold it 1/3, 2/3, and I'm going to use that to help me in my twist. So please let yourself come down onto your back. Maybe bring your feet toward one end. Engage through your belly. If you'd like a more challenging roll down, let go of your hands, scoop your belly, and slowly roll down onto your back. Otherwise, hold on to your knees, lean back until you get to the floor, and release your feet down. Starting into a twist, move your hips over toward one side, then bend your knees and bring them closer to your chest. Roll your knees over to the opposite side. Now take that folded up blanket that you made and slide it in between your shins. Hopefully it's as long as your shins so that it's under your knees and your ankles. We're going to take the arms out perpendicular to our torso, and we're going to try to rest on the back. Try to bring both shoulders down to the floor. That might mean that your knees roll apart from each other. Perfectly fine. I'm going to go sideways and see if maybe you can see this a little bit better. Heart open. Now adding some movement, the arm that is opposite of your knees. As you inhale, lift that arm toward the ceiling. As you exhale, roll onto your side so that your palms touch each other and they're stacked on top. Inhale, reverse, arm comes up. Exhale, open. Inhale, arm lift. Exhale, drop your arms together. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Okay, bring your knees up, feet to the floor. Press your hips to the opposite side. Knees coming close to your body. Knees drop over to the opposite side. So we want to try to get the spine long. Tailbone to crown. We're going to stack the shins kind of on top of each other, putting the blanket between your shins. Rest your shoulders to the floor. So I know, my friends, when we're in class together, sometimes you aren't able to get one shoulder all the way down and be comfortable in your low back at the same time with your legs off to the side. So another trick, if you still have that extra blanket or your blocks or your pillows, add more height. You could put something under the shoulder that's behind you. You could put more height between your shins or under your shins and in between your shins. Stack it up as much as you need. Adding movement. The arm that's behind you should be your right arm this time. Inhale, lift it toward the sky. Exhale, drop it over on top of your other arm. Back and forth. One more, please. Stay on your side this last time. Both arms are on top of each other. Both shins are on top of each other. Then we're going to press up. Place your top palm onto the floor by your head. Push yourself up. We're coming into our final shape for today. I'm going to give you options. I like options. I think you do too. So, remember where we started? Reclined bound angle. We have the soles of our feet together and our knees open wide into that butterfly diamond shape, and we were leaning back on some support structure. That's one of your choices. Okay, so go ahead and pick that if that's where you would like to be. Otherwise, we're going to take ourselves into a reclined chair lift for our shins. When I'm in class, I call this yoga pie. If you have 2 yoga blocks and a big pillow, you could make mini Stonehenge out of your blocks and your pillow and put your shins right on top. If you have a chair nearby, go ahead and get your chair, bring it over. As and you'll put your legs on top. So if I'm using this mini Stonehenge, I put my legs on top of my cushion and I lay back. If you don't have those supplies and you would rather have a chair, you'll come onto your back, legs on top of the seat of the chair as you rest on your back. Let it go. Wherever you are, let go. Feel the weight of your head, the weight of your shoulders, the weight of your arms, the weight of your hips, the weight of your legs, if at any time you would like to change your body shape, go right ahead. Traditional Shavasana is always available to you. As we transition into this time of rest and stillness, notice the wave that continues to flow inside of your body as you breathe. This peaceful time of Shavasana is the equalizer within our yoga practice. It is very important to our practice. It is the yin to the yang of movement. It is the quiet to the noise. It is the down to the up, the slow to the fast. If you have more time and you would like to stay here longer in your practice, by all means, please stay until you are ready to return to the world. If you would like to do that, press pause on your video right now so you don't have to hear me talking anymore. If you're ready to come out, begin to blink your eyes open, invite small movements into fingers and toes. Find length and depth as you breathe in. Breathing out, squeeze your knees in closer to your body. Roll onto your side for a full breath in and out. Press the ground, bring yourself upright into a comfortable seated place once again. And once you settle, lift your spine tall, broaden your shoulders for your most elegant seat. Bring your palms to touch in front of your heart. Lift your sternum to meet your thumbs and drop your chin toward your fingers. Remind yourself it's okay to have ups and downs. Remind yourself who your support people are and engage with them regularly. As we settle into this final place, remind yourself that when we are here together, we are one. Breathing in, reach your hands and face upward to the sky. Breathing out, open your arms wide around and bring your hands back together in front of your heart. Deep breath in, big sigh. Thank you everyone for coming to join once more in this practice together. Be well, and I will see you again next week. Namaste.